everyone, and assalamu alaikum, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Introduction to Psychology Part 2 by Their Knowledge. Okay, so we have successfully completed the lesson 1 of chapter 1. Chapter 1 is about motivation, and in lesson 1 we discussed about definition and nature of motivation. So if you haven't watched those videos, I have given a link in description section. You can click on those links and watch those videos, and I've also provided all those links of Introduction to Psychology Part 1. If you missed any lecture of Introduction to Psychology Part 1, just click on any of the link given below in the description box. So from this video we'll be starting lesson 2, which is about classification of motivation. So lesson 2 is going to be a bit longer to explain, or it's a bit long lesson, a very detailed lesson. So I've decided this lesson into parts because lesson 2 is about classification of motivation, in which we'll be studying about primary motives, which include hunger, thirst, defection and urination, and fatigue, sleep, pain, temperature regulation, maternal behavior, etc. And then we will be studying about secondary motivation, which is also a sociogenic motive, in which we'll be discussing about play and manipulation, exploration, curiosity, affiliation, achievements, power, competition, cooperation, social approval, and self-actualization. So lesson 2 is very detailed and it's going to be a very long lesson. That's why I've divided this lesson into parts, so you people don't get bored and easily pick the knowledge. So let's start with the part 1, which will be about types of motivation, because I want you people to know about the types of motivation before we discuss about its primary motives and secondary motives. So there are basically 2 types of motivation. The first one is extrinsic motivation, and extrinsic motivation is basically motivated to perform an activity to earn a reward or avoid a punishment, whereas intrinsic motivation, it is a person is motivated to perform an activity for its own sake and personal reward. So you can see that one person is playing a football because he wants a tangible reward. That is his extrinsic motivation, that he wants to earn a reward. He wants to get a first place. And the other person is playing a football because he's actually enjoying it. He don't want to be rewarded, or he don't want any kind of tangible reward, because he's just enjoying it. And this is his own personal interest in doing something. So he's personally motivated to play a football, whereas extrinsic motivation includes a tangible reward. It can be a social appraiser, it can be an object which you want to achieve. So this is basically a difference between extrinsic motivation and intrinsic motivation. So we will be discussing this one by one. Let's start with the intrinsic motivation. So intrinsic motivation, it is a type of it is motivation causing people to participate in an activity for their own environment, not for the reward it will get them. So it refers to those behavior as they are interesting, self-satisfying, fun to do when they produce, even they don't produce any external benefit. For example, or you can say a person is motivated to behave not because of external reasons, but due to internal or self-rewards such as happiness, satisfaction, etc. So, for example, it comes from within the person. The person enjoys playing the guitar even there is no one else around to listen, because he's playing a guitar because it is his own personal interest. A person is motivated for because he's internally motivated. It is based on his own internal interest, that he's playing a guitar for no social appraiser, but just to make himself happy, to enjoy his own activity. So this is intrinsic motivation. Then the next one is about extrinsic motivation. Now, extrinsic motivation. In extrinsic motivation, a person or motivation causing person to participate in an activity for a tangible reward. Now, it refers to money, food, public recognition, and they are energizers which guide behavior so as to obtain some external rewards, and they produce a satisfaction independently of the behavior that produced them. And they are regulated by external event, and it is only when a child is motivated by reward of a bicycle that he's or she works day and night to get the required marks, because a child is studying here because she's promised that she will be getting a bicycle if she get high marks. Now this is extrinsic motivation because she wants to get a tangible reward, and that is a bicycle. Now, again, if in a natural, intrinsic motivation include our own personal interest, or we just perform an activity to satisfy ourselves, to make ourselves happy. It is just enjoying an activity or motivated to do something because we like to do that thing. For example, playing a guitar. And then extrinsic motivation is, for example, if I want to get high marks because I want to be appreciated by my parents, or I want to get a bicycle, that is extrinsic motivation because I want an external reward or external appreciation. So that is extrinsic motivation. So this was all about today's video. If your concept is clear, you can like the video. If not, you can ask us in the comment section and we will be happy to help you out. Plus, if you're new to this channel, subscribe to our channel, click on the bell icon so you will never ever miss any notification. And you can also share the link of this video, share the link of this channel with your family members and friends, because sharing is caring. Until then, Allah Hafiz.